And I want to point out to you what in addition, over and above what Psaki is about to say to us, is what didn't happen, what wasn't said. Okay, so let me give you press secretary Jen Psaki. Okay, we'll go ahead and make her big just so everybody can see it. Now, listen to what she says.
Texas. What is the president's message to businesses in Texas? You mentioned several of them who are based there. Yeah. When it comes to what the federal guidance is now, and now with the state executive order, what would the president say to those companies as they're determining what they should be doing right now for their vaccine mandates?
Well, we know that federal law overrides state law.
Let's just let her go. I just got to put up that big Family Feud, big red cross up there. Big red X, rather. So here we go.
Note that earlier when we put out our guidance on the president's announcement about mandates several weeks ago, it made clear that, again, as I said earlier, requirements are promulgated pursuant to federal law and supersede any contrary state or local law or ordinance. Additionally, nothing in this guidance excuses non-compliance with any applicable state law or municipal ordinance.
Okay, so I'm going to just put that backwards just a little bit because I want you to hear it again, because this is something that we have been battling for a very long time. This is key. This is key to understanding one of the primary problems in America.
When it comes to what the federal guidance is now, and now with the state executive order, what would the president say to those companies as they're determining what they should be doing right now for their vaccine mandates?
Well, we know that federal law overrides state law. I would note that earlier when we put out our guidance on the president's announcement about mandates several weeks ago, it made clear that, again, as I said earlier, requirements are promulgated pursuant to federal law and supersede any contrary state or local law or ordinance.
All right. So, JC, it's just as a little side note before I get into this explanation as to why Psaki is actually a totalitarian terrorist. All right. If there is one thing, one common trait that I think describes the women of this administration, it is smug, obnoxious, ignorant arrogance.
I'm glad you said that, because more than even the content of her statement, what makes me want to backhand these people is the smirk, the smirks, the little smug, arrogant facial expression, and this laughing nonsense. Just like now, Kamala Harris is like a mental disorder where she just cackles.
Oh, but she leads the way. She's like the queen of this obnoxious, arrogant, ignorant smugness. How do you get to be so obnoxiously smug and stupid? I don't use that word. And stupid at the same time.
Right. You're spouting utter ignorance about the structure of the government.
Right.
You represent, like you're the spokesperson for the executive office representing the entire country, and you won't have a basic civics understanding, but she's got this little smirky smile about this garbage she's about to spout. And that's exactly right, Starlee. Narcissistic psychopaths. That's where that comes from. Their narcissism, their sociopathic narcissism is the root of these reactions.
So here is what I want you to see today. Okay, for the rest of today's show, you're going to have some Constitution training. Sociopaths.
Yep.
They are sociopath.
Narcissists.
sociopathic narcissist. I just, and then, I'm not a Trump sycophant, and they go around and they bash Trump for his arrogance
His
and
narcissism.
his
His
narcissism.
legit narcissism.
These guys are just over the freaking top. And it's just, it drives me nuts.
They're so, they look down on everybody who's not them.
Right.
Just so smug and condescending, which is...
They are the Cass Sunstein self-described neo-sapiens.
Yep.
They think they are of a higher evolutionary order than you.
And we are the peasantry.
And here's the thing. She says, well, we know that federal law overrides state law.
Yeah, clearly you don't know.
No one cares. See, this is part of the tactic, right? It's the assertion of a statement that we know, which proves that you do not know the truth. You don't want to even invite any kind of discussion, right? Well, we know, implying if you don't know, you're an idiot.
Right. Yeah, that's the
we know.
That's the smart.
We know.
It was the stupid people that said that. It was the idiots that think that.
And then she's going to go and read.
We smart people, unlike the idiotic peasantry, we neo-sapiens know that federal law trumps state law, that the federal government is over the state. I mean, disregard the fact that it was the states that created the Constitution, and the Constitution creates the federal government. I mean, they're our creators, but all the smart people know that we are greater than they are.
So, by the way, noncompliantmovie.com will give you a beautiful explanation in complete totality on why Psaki is a
moron,
psychopathic, narcissistic moron. Okay? But I'm going to give you a little constitutional education because I find it very interesting that she actually had a piece of paper in front of her to read the answer, when in reality, she could have read the answer and got it right from the Constitution of the United States. So what she's getting all wrong, okay? What she's getting all wrong is Article 6, Clause 2 of the Constitution. And that's what I have right here in front of you. Now, our problem is this. These people can't read.
Yeah, okay.
Or their cognitive dissonance does not allow them to engage in proper reading comprehension.
They're liars.
Okay, all right.
They read just fine. They're liars.
So they have been taught from the book of Joseph's story since 1833, an unnatural, unconstitutional, unfounded principle of federal supremacy. And she says, I'll let you be Psaki. She says,
it's all about timing. See,
no.
You messed.
No. Okay. I'll let you be Psaki. She says,
states.
Federal law
trumps state law.
Okay, so be ready for the timing next time. And you can maybe even give her your little thing. Okay. JC's too libertarian. He's like, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
If you'd like to tell me what to do. All right. So here is Article 6, Clause 2, also known as the Supremacy Clause. The Supremacy Clause reads, and it's right there in front of you. We can read it together. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land. Okay? It is called the Supremacy Clause. I know.
Let me circle back.
Yeah. So it's called the Supremacy Clause because of this. This Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. It is called the Supremacy Clause because it makes the Constitution supreme.
Right.
Now, what Psaki says,
federal law trumps state law,
okay, is referring to this clause, the laws of the United States. However, the clause does not say the laws of the United States are the supreme law of the land. It says the laws which shall be made in pursuance thereof to the Constitution are the supreme law of the land. So if the laws of the United States are not made consistent with the Constitution, they are not the supreme law of the land. Therefore,
you've gone all 6th grade reading on us.
I know, right? Therefore, if, I don't know, hypothetically speaking, a president would issue a executive order, which, by the way,
and call it a law,
is not a law of the United States, because lawmaking is reserved to the legislative body, and the president is the
executive branch.
So, because a president might one day write an executive order and claim that it is law, it is not made pursuant to the Constitution. It is actually made contrary to the Constitution. Therefore, it is not the supreme law of the land. And get this, guys, the judges in every state are not bound by them.
Right, because they're not made in pursuance thereof.
They are not made in pursuance thereof.
So that's the exact truth, Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Jen Sock Puppet isn't a moron. She's a true believer Marxist. She hates everything about our country and us and would like to see both eliminated. That's I mean, she is an idiot, but that is a fact. Jen Sock Puppet. Let me circle back. Is that over the top? Sock Puppet? Can I call her Jen Sock Puppet?
No, it's not over the top.
Can I get a Jen Sock Puppet?
You need to make one of those.
That'd be funny. These people are ridiculous. So not only are they anti-American Marxists, but they depend on the populace being ignorant. And obviously, because of our education system, they basically have been in charge of miseducating people. Then, thank you, Jen Sock Monkey can say stuff like this.
Right.
And the doofus is out there swallowing, which is why we are here, which is why our patriot community is here. And the people who spread the message, we have to get your children out of this pipeline of being brainwashed, and then keep spreading this message.
Lisa says, where can I go to learn more? You have a website, please.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, we do.
One's right there.
LibertyFirstSociety.com is where you absolutely go to learn more. LibertyFirstSociety.com.
What, bro?
This is where I actually have a short lesson on Article 6, Clause 2, the Supremacy Clause, right there.
Come here, say hello.
So if you go to LibertyFirstSociety.com, everybody say hello to Mac.
Mac says it's 7 o'clock.
Mac said it's 7 o'clock. Oh, yeah, he does that. Mac has to tell us it's time to get off now. Our little old man, it's time to get off. So anyway, LibertyFirstSociety.com. You need to know. Now, remember, I told you it wasn't just what Jen Sock Puppet said. It's what didn't happen, JC, that flipped me out. Okay? She gave this in a press conference last week. Where are the people in Washington, D.C., who are disputing this? Where is Rand Paul? Where are the people who are coming up to say, this is wrong, this is not what the Constitution says, federal law is not superior to state law, state constitution, and local ordinances when it is not consistent with the Constitution? And guess what? An EO mandate from a president is not consistent with the Constitution. Therefore, it is null and void. There is no power. Where are the pundits? Where are the conservative lawyers who have their talk shows on the radio and their books about amending the Constitution? Why aren't they up there ranting and talking and teaching about how Sock Puppet is an idiot? And here's the thing. Why isn't anybody using this as a teaching tool to explain to the American people that what she said is not only wrong, it is dangerous? And if there is one thing, people ask me all the time, JC, if there's one thing that we have taught over the generations that is more dangerous to our constitutional republic than anything, this is that one thing.
Amen.
This is that one thing. This is the most dangerous, seditious, destructive lie sown through the fabric of America in politics, in government, that exists. Right there, bottom line, that's it. And crickets, people. Can I tell you that I actually intentionally did not pop up immediately and create a video about this because I wanted to see who was going to say something. Nobody.
Time to do it.
Nobody. So I'm going to make a video, a short video, just a short video clip of Psaki and why she's wrong.
Well, how simple is this? I mean, in 2 sentences, the Constitution is a list of enumerated responsibilities for the federal government. The 10th Amendment says if it's not listed, then it remains within the individual states. Period. Simple. And then the 3 branches of government. Legislative authority is reserved to the legislative branch alone.
Right.
Is the president a part of the legislative branch?